Google claims it's building data centers that barely use any water. We'll talk more about it in moments, but first. Starting later this year, Apple will start manufacturing Mac Minis meant for sale in the U.S. within the country. The company took the Wall Street Journal on a tour of its Houston facility, where Foxconn is also building servers for Apple Intelligence, and was shown an empty warehouse. Apple says it will turn the space into a 220,000 square foot plant where it will produce the compact desktop computers. The decision to produce Mac Minis for local sales within the U.S. is part of the company's efforts to make good on its pledge last year that it will spend $500 billion in the U.S. over the next 4 years. If you'll recall, Apple announced it was going to ramp up its investments and hiring in the U.S. after Tim Cook met with President Trump. The president said at the time that the company was growing its U.S. investments because it wanted to avoid tariffs. Prior to that pledge, during the Biden administration in 2021, Apple vowed to invest $430 billion domestically over the following 5 years. As the Journal notes, Apple previously made Mac Pros in a facility in Texas, but production in the plant has dwindled in recent years. Sabi Khan, Apple COO, told the Journal that the company feels more confident in projecting the Mac Mini's long-term demand. At the same time, the model makes up a tiny portion of Apple's sales, making it one of the company's best options if it wants to bring more production into the U.S. It will be incredibly difficult, after all, to move the production of a more in-demand product, say the iPhone, stateside. The companies making and assembling iPhones in China already have factories fitted for and people with skills honed for the production of Apple's best-selling device. Khan said the Houston facility will be able to meet local demand as production ramps up, insinuating that it might start small. Apple will also continue manufacturing Mac Minis in Asia for everyone else in the world. Remember, you can find the latest gadget and tech news, reviews, price drops, and more right now at Engadget.com. Google is building another data center in Texas and says this one will use advanced air cooling technology to limit water consumption. Google is claiming that water use will be limited to critical campus operations, like kitchens. These specifics follow the previously announced 2-year, $40 billion investment the company has pledged in the Lone Star State. The company is also touting some 7,800 megawatts of net energy generation and capacity it has contracted with the utility providers to add to the Texas grid. The company's resource-conscious commitments come as communities nationwide are pushing back on data center construction amid concerns that they are raising electric bills, worsening global greenhouse gas emissions, and often using gargantuan amounts of fresh water. But don't worry, because OpenAI CEO Sam Altman says the water concerns are fake and that it also takes a lot of energy to train a human. A growing number of voices in tech, most notably Tesla CEO Elon Musk, have said that building data centers in space would address many of these concerns. But some experts believe the potential environmental downside could be devastating. Thanks for listening to the show. Make sure to rate, review, and subscribe on Apple Podcasts. Today's show featured journalism by Engadget contributors Andre Ravia and Mariela Moon, and was produced by Spoken Layer. I'm Imran Sheikh, and we'll talk more tomorrow.
Spoken Layer.